Hey guys, it's Fox Spirit here, and I am here to deliver November monthly spiritual messages and love guidance from the Animal Spirit Tarot deck. And this is meant to just really be fun and frivolous and maybe entertaining if you find this entertaining. So don't take any of the, especially the love messages that I give you, like, too seriously, because we're just having fun here, mostly. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys have all had a good November so far. I wanted to try and release this on November 1st, but, you know, life got in the way, and I've been pretty busy, so I missed my own personal deadline on that. But November 9th is still good. I mean, we're still at the beginning of a month, you know? And what is time, really? I mean, it's just like not really real if you think about it. So we're still doing all right. But I just wanted to be here, take these videos for whatever they're worth. Mostly I'm just trying to be like a pick-me-up for people, just to remind you that life gets better no matter what's going on. There's always some surprise around the corner. There's always something good. Just hang in there. And it's just sort of a daily reminder that the most important thing you can do is love yourself. And that's sort of what I'm here to do. I'm really feeling that right now. So I've got my pink on just to sort of emphasize the importance of self-love and, well, love in general. Love and kindness and being pretty in pink. Because, you know, it's really not overrated. I mean, put on some pink and I swear to God, it just makes you feel a little bit happier. So I'm just here to impart whatever wisdom I have about finding happiness in life and spreading that. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm also going to do a love reading. It's a very incredibly general love reading. I was doing that, you know, for twin flames, for people who believe in finding your twin flame soulmate and all of that stuff, but I'm sort of steering away from that a little bit, and the emphasis is more just on really whatever it is for you. I mean, it's so wide open. I just think it's kind of fun. I think these cards are really beautiful, and I got them as a present from my beloved sister, and so there's a lot of love just streaming through this card deck, and I just want to share that. So really for me, when I read this stuff, it's more about whatever resonates for you in your own life, and you can just take it for what it's worth. And if it doesn't resonate with you at all, that's also fine. I just find it fun, and again, I just want to give people something to look forward to, some hope, you know, because I know life can get dreary and blah, and, you know, if you get bored, make a YouTube video. Read some cards, just whatever. So my spiritual guidance for November, I do have this book that I read from. Give me just a second, and I whip that baby out. Oh, no, you know what? I don't know where I put it, so I'm maybe not gonna whip that baby out, but I'm just going to say it in my own words instead of reading it from a book. But basically, life gets better. And I hope that if anyone's struggling right now, just go back to the basics. It's what I always remind people to do. Drinking lots of water, making sure you're getting lots of sleep, and connecting. I think one of the things that's most important is just connection. So even if you just have like one good friend that you can really talk to, I recommend finding some time to connect with that person. And if you have more than that, well, then you're really lucky. You're lucky even if you just have one person to talk to. And if it's just like your mom, you're still lucky. Or, you know, the barista at the coffee shop that will like give you the time of day. If you just have someone you can talk to, I think connection really can't be emphasized enough. It's one of the most important things, I think, for our happiness, personal peace, and continuation in this world that can get very blah. So make time for your friends. make time for those people who make you feel comfortable and safe, that you can really talk to and be yourself around. And I really can't say enough like how important that is. No matter what crazy thing you may do or what part of yourself you think isn't worthy of love, you do probably have someone in your life who loves and accepts those pieces of you and wants to make time for you and wants to listen to you. And, you know, make sure you take some time to listen to them too. So I would just say that those are my important life tips or whatever for November. Hydration, rest, and time with special friends and loved ones that truly value, understand, and appreciate you. And make time to understand, value, and appreciate them as well. Be grateful for those that have your back because they're so valuable. I mean, I cannot say enough like how important it is to have those people you can talk to when you're feeling low, crazy, stressed, alone, what have you. Just make that time for those people. And dude, get outside and take a walk. I mean, this weather has been beautiful. I cannot even say today I'm on cloud nine. Like, the leaves are just dancing and they're so colorful and the sun is out and it's just a gorgeous fall day. So if you have a bike, you should go for a bike ride. If you don't have a bike, just go for a walk because it's so good for you and healing. And I love nature. So I think it's always important just to get our feet on the ground and feel that connection to the earth and feel the wind in our hair and smile at the sun. And just don't take that for granted either because that is a beautiful gift that we have this sunshine and all these fall leaves. It's gorgeous outside. So just take some time for that as well if you have it. If you don't have time to get outside, I know how it can be. I work in the service industry, so I know like the weekends we don't all have time for hikes and yoga in the park. But if you can make the time, make the time. Just find some way to connect with nature. It's never enough of nature's splendor that we can get, in my humble opinion. It's just like, I don't know, I think that in times of duress, like it's great to like think about all the fancy stuff you can buy to help yourself relax, like, you know, back massages and weekend getaways and fancy oils and all that stuff. And I'm not saying those things aren't amazing, but I really just always believe in back to basics. I mean, stuff you don't even have to spend any money on, like sleep, water, fresh air, calling a friend. Those are things that don't come with price tag, and they're always available. I mean, your friend might not always be available, but probably, you know, you can probably call a friend anytime. So just keep those little things in mind as you walk this weary world. Find your people, call them. Go get some apple cider and tromp around the leaves. Act like a kid. Alrighty, now let's get down to this love reading. So love is in the air for some people. Oh, these cards are ready. Ooh, let's go. Let's see what is in store for us this month of November. Us little people that are looking for love. And if you're just looking for some guidance on your friend or your whatever dog, you know, your coworker Carl, and he's taking all the good shifts, then this reading can apply to that. Just take it for whatever you want it to be. Really, I mean, I just want to be on TV, so I wouldn't even really listen to me unless you're really bored. But here we go. Bam, bam, bam. These cards are not shuffled very well on this side. Let me just get a little extra shuffling. I'm going to tune in here to these cards and feel their divine energy. Ooh, so divine. Okay. So, shall we Ooh, the cards, the cards. Okay, so first card will be the past of the connection, whether it's your romantic connection, your friend, Carl at work. This is the past. And the past is a crocodile. Crocodiles are creepy AF, just FYI. I recently saw one at the zoo and it was very scary. So crocodile, that's the past. Present, we have fire ant. This just makes me like anxious. What is happening? Oh my God, what's going on in this connection? We got a fire ant situation. Okay, let's hope the future. I mean, we got a crocodile and fire ant. Let's see what happens. This will make me nervous. Okay, let's just take a big breath. All right, we've got bat. Okay, I'm gonna just believe that these are all really super positive cards despite their appearances, because this is a very strange combination. We have crocodile, fire ant, and bat, which I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so starting with crocodile, the past of the connection. All right, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna really believe that this is like not as bad as it sounds. Okay, so the crocodile is about resting, submerging, collecting energy, and cooling off. Okay, well that makes sense when you say it that way. So in the past, this connection needed a little space. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. The crocodile's mantra is wait. I think this is actually really applicable now that I read this. I'm gonna keep reading. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. I think this is very pertinent because it's Mercury retrograde right now, and I've had a lot of people reach out to me recently asking me like, oh, what should I do? It's Mercury retrograde, and also in my own life I've been kind of going through that. So I think that this makes a lot of sense because during Mercury retrograde it's suggested not to make decisions, and it's a time to sort of collect information, maybe go back and reevaluate things. So the idea of being more internal makes sense. Sometimes it's best for us to go into our own inner gardens and observe ourselves or observe our own opinions on a subject and spend some time nurturing our gardens. So I think this is actually, like I said, surprise, surprise, I think this is actually a really positive card. So if there was a situation that was perplexing in your love life or in your work life, friend life, home life, what have you, the crocodile was just like, hey, the reason this isn't moving forward right now is because right now it's not supposed to. Right now you need to take a little time for yourself, go within, and chill. Okay, so that was the past. But now we come to the present. Fire ant. Good old fire ant. And we're gonna see what the heck that's all about because I'm kind of scared of that one. It just makes me nervous seeing all those ants and that fire squirming around. Where do we find him? Where do we find our little fire ant? Let's see here. Oh my. Oh, where can he be? All right. Aggression, rigid thinking, Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. Okay, so we went from being in the crocodile and like being thoughtful and smart to like we're aggressive and triggered and blah, full of drama. Okay, well that's unfortunate. You'd think after you're incubating like this, like the crocodile, that you wouldn't come out and be all whacked out. I mean, I feel like it would like be the opposite. Like you'd be whacked out and then go, whatever. I don't know. For me, this isn't really resonating. I don't feel like aggressive right now and any of those things. But so maybe this applies to somebody else who's watching this video. So if you're feeling like you're stirred up and you're feeling aggressive and your thinking is getting really rigid, it says fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. Okay, so maybe this is about being honest with yourself. And if you're feeling like argumentative, like you want to gossip, like angry, out of balance, it might be a time to get honest with yourself about what you're really feeling. Like, don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. So perhaps you need to admit to yourself that you're feeling sensitive, or see what's really going on and cool yourself off before you get into blaming, gossiping, and being aggressive. I'm going to just try to put a positive spin on it because I don't want to take all this and like be negative. But I think that this could apply to someone, anyone, and it can apply to me at certain times too. It just isn't right now, but I've definitely been there. So I think when that kind of energy is fueling up in us, it's like fuel. It's like we can just be reactive in like action, and it's really hard. That's when all the hard work of like working on yourself, the meditation, the yoga, whatever it is that you do, that's when it's like actually the most important. It's catching yourself in that moment, right? Where you're like about to just pounce on someone, lose your cool, gossip, whatever it is that's going to stir up drama and trouble, is to catch yourself right then and be like, whoa, I need to hose this situation down. I'm about to go over here. So in a weird way, it's kind of like, it's weird the timeline on this because it's like going from crocodile to fire ant, and it's almost like you want to be the reverse. So I don't know. Maybe there's a situation you were unclear on, and then when you couldn't get the clarity, you freaked out or something. Maybe Carl's taking all the good shifts at work, and you slammed a grocery cart. You're about to slam a grocery cart into him. So it's like catch yourself before you wreck yourself is what I'm thinking. If things have been confusing or murky with this crocodile energy, the solution is not to act out. It's not going to help. So maybe that's where some people are right now. We did just have Halloween, and the holidays are coming, and it can just be a time when people get really stirred up. There's a lot of energy, excitement in the air, which can turn into like bad energy if we're not taking that time to cool off, have some time to ourselves, go for a walk, yada, yada, yada. All right? Let's hope the bat comes to bring us some good news. Okay, so now we're going to go to the future. So if you're in a love connection and you were unclear about things, and then maybe you had some kind of freak out or lost your temper or whatever, let's see what the bat has to say, because maybe it's all just going to be okay. So the bat is about letting go, death leading to rebirth. Okay, that sounds promising. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns, no more lingering in the past. When in balance, accepts, adapts, adjusts. When out of balance, refuses to let go, reminisces, stuck on the past. To bring into balance, watch the sunrise. Aw, that's sweet. So that's great. I think that's perfect. Accepting, adapting, adjusting. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. So that's beautiful. I think that this whole thing makes sense. And it's actually really perfect considering we are in Mercury retrograde and it's like a shadowy time and it's not the time to be rash or impulsive. It is a time where we reevaluate and look at things and we might have to let something go, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. And maybe the thing isn't like a person or a relationship. Maybe it can be a behavior. Maybe it can be a self-sabotaging thing that we do in a relationship. Or maybe it can be, letting go of letting the past affect your present relationship or something like that. I mean, these things don't need to be taken too literally, but whatever the case, it's a beautiful card to end on because it's about restoring balance. It's about letting go. It's about being here now and not living in the past and dwelling on, mistakes, lost love, heartbreak. Like those things are gone. And maybe we can move forward into the future, with clarity, clear purpose, and go in a positive direction. So I think that's a beautiful card. I like that it says to get into balance, to watch the sunrise. So, maybe this will be a nice time to set your alarm and get up really early and watch the sunrise and have your coffee watching the sun come up, or journaling at that time if that's something that you feel ambitious about doing. But I think that's a really, really good card to end on. I like bats. I think they're beautiful and interesting. If you guys have ever been to the Omaha Zoo, you should go and see the bats down there. The whole bat cave thing down at Omaha Zoo is incredible. But anyways, I think these are all really positive messages, and all of them are kind of about recalibrating with yourself. And when you're feeling out of balance, how to realign is to come back to you. Maybe you have to let something go. Maybe it's an outdated way of thinking or a way of doing relationships or whatever, a way of communicating. But only you can know the answer to that. So maybe spend some time with yourself figuring out what it is that's in your way and, go for those nice long walks, get up and watch the sunrise, drink that water, and get back in nature. Because soon enough, it's going to be snowy. All right, guys. Cheers.